All right, yes, sir. Welcome back. This is the Diary of a Content Creator, and you're here for the same reasons I'm here. We're trying to figure out monetization, what it takes, everything involved, and we're at a crossroads. If it's not one thing, it's the other. 1,000 subscribers, no problem. Viewership hours down at the bottom. How are we able to compete with other channels that have been doing it and have teams of people doing what we're doing by ourselves? And the answer is we bear down and we get through it. And the work that we do, if we continue to strive for our improvement each and every video, each and every day, maximizing our time and our efficiency, learning the best ways we can to develop the right habits, that's what we need to be focusing on right now. Welcome to my channel. I'm Evan Linden. I'm a content creator with a vision. I've been making content now for 6 weeks, but I have no background whatsoever. So I have no tech background. I had a challenge just to try to learn AI on myself, and the next thing you know, I'm in a video generator and I'm taking music that I had started making earlier this summer, and everything just seemed right. It all just kind of came together. And being a content creator just automatically seemed like the perfect fit for me. And I made the goal to get monetized, and I don't even know what monetization will bring, but I know I'm not stopping until I get there. So join me on this journey. I'm not begging for likes. I'm not begging for subscriptions, because if you really value yourself trying to be monetized and you don't know where to turn sometimes and you don't have all the answers, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you what I do know and what I've done already, and it gives me the confidence to be able to want to reach out to you people out there, because we're in this together. I have built one channel. It's now sitting over 2,200 subscribers, but I'm not convinced where I'm going at. I'm showing a slight improvement in the viewership time, but it's still all short content. So today was a big shift in yesterday actually. And if you can check out the DOCC 12, 1 through 12, and this will be 13. They're all in a playlist that's listed as public, and all the videos that I create on each day of the Diary of the Content Creator series, they're listed as unlisted. So apparently, if they haven't gone public as a video yet, they're listed in the playlist and available there. So check them out there if you want to catch up and be with me as far as like the regular calendar. Meaning this probably won't air until Christmas Day. So if you're seeing this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'm working. And I probably have a focus on days like Christmas on a channel like this, where it really is me personally. I've never thought I'd ever, open up my private world. And here I am doing it because I believe that I have something that you can benefit from. And that's probably mostly my mistakes. And I would say the biggest thing that I probably, when I do take a step back and realize that I've built 2 channels and both channels still have a shot. My cat channel is 100% like organic. I never see any fluctuation in the subscriber number, and it's sitting at a strong 228 subscribers right now, and I'm proud of that. But I am starting to make projections, and the possibility is real that not only would viewership hours possibly coincide with subscribers 4 months organically. So I just don't feel like it's necessary to give it a kick to promote some of my content that I think is really good for what it is. still original music, original video, my cats in all different forms, the real ones, AI versions of my cat, podcasts. It's all organic, so I still feel like I'm going to let the algorithm give a chance to promote me organically, and I do that by I try to speak to the algorithm every 8 hours or so. I like to let the algorithm know, hey, don't forget about me. I'm producing content, and albeit maybe in short form right now, but I think the recipe is build up just as subscriptions. You can do that with your subs. I mean, build your subscriptions with your shorts. It's there. You just might potentially, take a really good one and promote it with $20 and see how far that gets you. You'd be surprised the number of subs. And then I guess that's kind of what happened with my other channel, Bagel Cinematic Beats. So one promotion in one morning, I woke up and it went from essentially 0 to 38,000. It's past 50,000. It's 60,000 now. But I think YouTube did something wrong with the promotion. I thought it was a $20 promotion to last 2 weeks. So in my mind, I was like, all right, it was just to try the experiment of what is the promotion? How does this work? That was in my process of like trying to learn every inch of the YouTube app itself for artists and creators, being able to manage and toggle. And especially now I have 5 different channels. 3 are public, 2 have been started and their banners created, and the ideas there. The time I haven't been able to manage yet, and some content is there, but I really enjoy the content here, and I hope you guys do too. Give a like, subscribe only if to comment maybe, and then subscribe to know when the next content is coming out, because there's value in me documenting at the end of every day what's been good and what's been good and what's been bad. I'm in the Bay Area, California, so right now it's a little past 1 a.m. I do toggle with the idea to do this content live, but it seems like every time I try to do live content, there's always some technical issue. Today, I went live with my cats, and I'm habitually trying to make it a habit around 4:30 or 5 o'clock to go live with them until about dark. And today was the first time I actually looked at my phone and saw that people were there. So if that was accurate, it was good to know that people were actually listening. And so that was the 3rd live stream, the 2nd day in a row in particular on that channel, and maybe that's something that I'm taking note that might work to help build our times and subscribers. It's natural and it's real, so I would call that a positive. But here's the negative side of it: when it's going up into the YouTube land, it lost probably almost 30 minutes of me going live thinking I'm live and it's going to be saved for all eternity. So I don't know if it's still uploading or something wrong, or I pushed it public. I don't know exactly how to handle the live situation as well as I do uploading the videos and the shorts now, and creating playlists. So to kind of sum up on that, going live, that's kind of why I'm not going live here, because if I could go live here and you do have questions while I'm on a certain topic, you could hit me up. That's really what I'm hoping for. I have probably stuff I can offer based through experience, especially if you're just starting out, things you need to consider right from the very start. Because if you're like me and you don't even realize certain things until week 3 or week 4 or even week 5 or every day, still things just where I'm at one point for like end screens and subtitling and cards and all that. Now I need to catch up in other areas like chapters and yeah, I think chapters is probably going to be a big thing so you can find the right information quicker. So if I'm more friendly to my people like you who are trying to find information fast, uh, I can do better to make that happen. I can just say the time isn't there, but what I want to share might not be there in a few months based on hopefully a road to success. But if I have the continued habit that I'm going to share every day that road with you, you can do what I've done or you can not do what I've done. You can learn from my successes or you can learn from my failures. And that's either way is okay with me. I'm here to say I'm not going to fail. So I'm trying to figure out every single day. I'm trying to really try to capture, is it me versus the algorithm? Is it me versus my content's not good? Is organic versus not organic? Am I competing with other people or am I competing with myself? And ultimately get to the content that you want to create. And if you're invested in that, and like I've said in the past videos, if you make an invested an intimate relationship with the content you create, you will be more in tune to its success or its failures. You will 100% know if that was your 100% best effort or did you feel pressed to get something out content wise so the algorithm keeps you in the loop. I don't know the truth about the algorithm. I just know I feel like I'm certainly getting more views when I'm overloading it with several shorts a day and a long and a live. And, it's like, we're not going to shoot Godzilla down. But the baby bullets, I feel like baby bullets, at least Godzilla gives a look like, hey, don't do that. We can't pierce Godzilla's armor. So we have YouTube is Godzilla. The algorithm is like the Godzilla protecting its viewership base. They don't want bad content to make someone come onto YouTube and go up and switch to another way to get their content. And it's true, if I have YouTube on in the back and something's engaging to come on, I'm going to watch. And generally I'll watch the whole thing because that's my type of personality. If you're this far in this content, that's your personality too, and welcome, because we'll get along great. So I get sidetracked easily, and that's probably why chaptering is a good thing. But let's face it. Let's pretend we're just, maybe I'm the guy in the room right now, and I'm going on and on and on. But this is the guy in the room who, at 50 years old, knew nothing about tech, knew nothing, couldn't even believe all the capabilities of AI, because I would ask, like, hey, Siri, what time is it? She didn't even listen. Oh, my other phone gave me the answer. So 1:12 a.m., that's a minute past the very lucky number, 111. The numbers, you got to pay attention to these things. So I do like, I'm a little bit early tonight. Instead of the 3:30 or 3:33 a.m. start time for the DOCC, here we are at 1 a.m. And I'll tell you the big reason why is because last night I made a big content length, about 12-minute long content, because I need people to click on a video that's 12 minutes long, not a short that's 2 or 3 minutes long that doesn't even count towards viewership hours. It's in the short algorithm. So I created 12 minutes of content for Bagel Cinematic Beats, and I really felt like it was one of my best efforts. I stayed up really late, well past usual production times, and like I said, fully intimate and engrossed with this content. I'm calling it the Lightning Road. I don't want to punch right away. I want to punch it out, get it out there because I like it. But I don't know how to control my reins sometimes. I had previously scheduled something. I bumped up, but I should give the algorithm a chance to digest it before it goes public and let it saturate and let it figure out where it wants to shop that content around. And I also chose, like, oh, it's already Thursday. I was feeling like it was Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm already coming around to the time of my week where it's the slow time for that specific channel. I should probably hold my better content and think when that channel is strong, Friday night, Saturday night, late. That's when I should push that type of content. So I need to think better. So let me think, and then you got it mentally, telepathically. You got the message. Don't make my mistakes, right? So think ahead. Be smart about your programming. Be wise about your programming. Let the algorithm try to understand you, but stay persistent and let Godzilla know that you're around. You're harmless. No need. You don't need to fire your guns at Godzilla. Just let Godzilla know I'm here. We're friends. Me and you, YouTube algorithm, we're friends. I'm here to help you. If you need any way, well, guess what? You can do things to help Godzilla remain on a friendly level with you. You can provide certain levels of information in everything in subtle ways that maybe a computer picks up way faster than you or I. So one behavior I'm changing is the content that I'm uploading. I'm trying to be a little bit more keyword specific in for me, I might say Godzilla video or Rise of the Titans. But the algorithm has no idea what Rise of the Titans is. So if I can be more descriptive in the video title as I upload to YouTube, apparently that might have an effect. So maybe I'm just talking to myself here. So instead of Clash of the Titans or Rise of the Titans or Godzilla short, I should do see, I'm at a loss because I'm not good yet at doing those little things that make it easier for the algorithm. But I should tell it like it's a short video, sci-fi, fantasy, comedy, mock-up, mashup video. Clash of the Rise of the Titans, Godzilla related, sci-fi. As much as I can load in just the title alone, that could be something. And then you have all those tiny little things to try to keep Godzilla happy. Your keywords and optimizing that, and you have two areas where you can do your hashtags. You can have hashtags within the description. You can have a couple hashtags even in your title, and then you can have the studious set of hashtags which don't require the hashtag symbol. You need to put a comma in between. I don't understand it, why they're different. Maybe just to like make people do extra work, or I haven't figured out shortcuts, but you have two hashtag sets. We're too young, we're too early not to try to utilize those tools. You hear from other content creators, oh, don't do that. You don't need to do that. Waste your time. They've already made it. So they're not wasting their time anymore because they already have so many followers, so many subscribers. So we're not there yet. So they might be phase 10. We're phase 1, maybe phase 2. I feel like maybe I'm approaching phase 2. And I wouldn't have even known phases until I'm experiencing them happen. So I saw something today that 60% of YouTubers never get past 100 subscribers. So I don't know how true that is, but so it was like one of those moments where maybe I felt a sense of accomplishment because I have two channels that are over 200 subscribers, one being over 2,000 subscribers, so success there. But this channel in particular, I mean, no subscribers. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about subscribers, because once the algorithm, Godzilla, understands what's going on with your channel, it might take 5, a month, 5, 6 weeks. But once it understands and can begin to trust you being reliable, I do think if you're making good content, you have a legitimate shot. So I think what I'm learning is be diligent, be disciplined. Don't read too much into how many views you're getting. Just be consistent on making the content and doing the best you can with the content, and also being efficient with your timing. So all those things into play, I feel like I have a like free time almost, but there isn't free time. There's always something else I could do. I can combine certain things. I can create playlists. So, but today was like one of those first opportunities where I realized I had that type of time, and it took a lot of the pressure away of creating a new playlist. And creating a playlist is only going to make my future me easier work, because a playlist is already created when I create content that's particular, very niche specific. So I don't know if it's good for me or bad for me as a content creator, but I realize that every day I'm creating certain videos and they're just totally unusable. Excuse me, for different reasons. And sometimes I'm totally shocked what the AI generates, and sometimes it's totally glitched. Sometimes it totally misunderstands what I was trying to say. Maybe it's a lot of times me not like me certainly directing and guiding the prompt for the video generator, but then it totally misreads. And today I had one of those totally misreads that if you watch it, it's just like, wow. And I just immediately thought that that deserved to be in an outtake. And also this channel, I understand, you're never going to see it if it's stuck in long video, and you're supposed to, like I've learned from my other channels, that if you utilize the shorts really well, that's how you get traffic. And then you hope some of that traffic picks off and goes into your videos and your playlists, etc. So that's what the shorts tool can really be utilized for. So, well, this channel in particular, I had no short form content whatsoever. And I happened to tell ChatGPT, I'm like, by the way, not to get confused, but I have the cat channel, Bagel Cinematic Beats, and Evan Linden Content Creator, just so ChatGPT was a little bit more informed. Because it like wanted to congratulate me on the 2,000 subscribers, and I'm like, hey, it doesn't really matter if you don't have the viewership hours. And by the way, don't mix my worlds, right? I'm niche specific on both channels. I don't want ChatGPT to get those confused. And I was very specific to ChatGPT that I still have no subscribers, no one's watching. And I was like, oh, well, let me help you with that. Like, you need post 3 shorts right now, 5 shorts, put them out there no matter what. I'm like, oh, so you're doing the bang, bang, fire approach that I was trying to be disciplined and release a video every other day, like ChatGPT also recommended. So program the videos, one every other day, long form content, diary of a content creator. You found me, they're there. Please take a peek. But then ChatGPT said, oh, I didn't realize you have no subscribers. So the first thing that ChatGPT said to me was, oh, bang, 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 bang. Get those shorts out there like no tomorrow. Do this, do that, community post, blah, blah, blah. So that was without me really realizing what my other channels do kind of start organically because they were more short heavy. Here it is now. ChatGPT said, oh, you need more people to find you. Bang out those shorts and then people find you. And I agree with that. So as a content creator, I have not chopped up my diaries yet and tried to pump out small, shorter versions of the diary of content creator. It's not my approach. But what I have decided to do is every day I'm getting outtakes and oops and wasted time, wasted energy. Well, it's no longer wasted time or energy. I'm going to put them in outtakes that I'll do for shorts on my content creator page. It's a gamble, right? But hey, maybe I'll be the content creator who you'll know because I put in I put up my bloopers every few days, and I'm not afraid to say these mistakes happen, and sometimes it's not even beyond my control what the computer gave me, and sometimes it's a glitch. I'll have a cat with like a human hand. I'm like, are you kidding me? Or the cat say something or something I put in that I get a result that I wasn't expecting. At the same time, you can try to get the same result and get a content violation notice. Try again. And sometimes I say one thing and I get results better than I might expect, and sometimes you get the glitch effect. You see how the computer is thinking, but you understand then it's just trying to handle code, and if you overload it, you're going to get glitches. So that's represented in my outtakes video. So that's something I put together today and put it out. And I don't know if it's my best effort, but I am at least glad I have created that content idea, and I will consistently, knowing myself, put something, and I already created the playlist too. So now I know I can boom, and it's in that playlist, and it's grouped. It's like it's a library. So you're developing your library, and let it develop. And whether it's 52 videos in a year or 27, or if you're like me and you like to have like a video out every day, because this is what my chosen path right now and what I'm trying to do. So if I'm doing it, I'm full time doing it. And I'll be 100% honest. It's scary because I don't know if I can keep doing it, but I know I have a personal goal that I'm not stopping till monetization. So I'm really torn. So what it's really pushed me to do is I really need to think how to optimize my time to still be able to make content, to do all the things I'm dreaming of doing, because YouTube has a platform where I see the possibility. By apparently, accomplishing more than 60% of people on YouTube ever do, which is surpassing the 100 subscriber zone. And I can tell you that was a major accomplishment when I did it for both channels. And then even 200 subscribers for my cat channel, and the 2,000 subscribers for my other channel, which I'm hoping to get to 5,000 subscribers, believe it or not, by the year 2026. So then it makes sense once 2026 comes around, and hopefully the viewership hours are getting close to where I could even ask for people for subscription, small fee every month, because I have put in the time. I kind of judge the amount of work that I do every day for the content. I like to consider, like, one day down the line, this how much is this content? How much was this day worth, or how many days put together? Like, try to equate like the value. Like, if you're making something that could make you $1,000 or $10,000 down the line, you're going to make sure every detail is as close to perfect as you can get it. So that's how I approached my content yesterday, and I felt like the work really showed, and then I got way too excited and I wanted to put that content out. I need to hold that in my back pocket for like a Friday release, just like the movie theaters might do. Um, use proven ways to also help guide you on what you're going to do. So because I kind of already made that video public, I already feel on the back of my head I need to create a whole nother level of content and make it even better. So I did start a new world, well, similar world, new characters, and I'm building that from scratch today. Generally, I like to have a song already written to make it happen. Today, I went video form first. So in my mind, I'll try to scope a song that I'm going to create about some of the videos that I've already seen. So it's a new approach for me. We'll see how it goes. And I'm also attempting to go longer form. And if I give myself a Friday deadline to have this out, that means I want to have it done by tonight. So after I get rest and I come back to creating content later today, which is around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, there is a Warrior game on at 4, so that'll be background music, I promise. But that's when I generally create my content, and that's when I'm going to be hopefully have enough video and a song created sometime tomorrow, on top of doing all the cat stuff and a podcast and this and that, and who knows what I when I stop this and I see something else is wrong, or some other improvements I need to tweak, and it's an hour later, and next thing I know, it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm trying to avoid that today. So one of my reasons starting you guys early, but all my other work was kind of done, because getting back to the idea, I took that long form of content yesterday, and it's essentially 12 minutes long, so that's perfectly 4 shorts, and I made two shorts already, and I already set them to go live Thursday, December 4th in the evening, and then so that gives me like a breathing room. So this is like the first kind of day where I can like take a breath, and I vacuum the floor and things to do to kind of make the house seem more comfortable. I definitely didn't leave the house, and I left myself short. I am just totally out of groceries. If you're in the Bay Area and you catch this and you're wondering if I'm hungry, I'm hungry. But I'm really hope to put it on my agenda at some time tomorrow to at least go and get some rice or something so I don't feel like I'm starving. I just had a big bowl of oatmeal. I felt like I was forcing myself to eat it. That's not like me. I do like to enjoy food, but I'm just obsessed. Obsessed with the creating content, and obsessed with the goal to get to monetization. And I don't even know what that's going to bring. I don't even know how rewarding it might be or not be. So you'll find out when I get there. And then finally, if that check comes or direct deposit or whatever, I'll share. Was it worth the time? Was it worth the effort? Do I feel like I'm building something for my future or my family's future? Something my son could inherit down the line, something like that. So all these factors come into mind, and I'm not ready to give up. It's only been 6 weeks now. I started, I need to be more specific when I check my analytics, but I think both my other 2 channels started on October 18th. That's kind of when I'm going live, so December 4th. So yeah, 6 weeks. I'm probably 6 weeks exactly. So what is that, 30, 45 days or so? So maybe I was a little wrong in thinking I've only been going like 39, 40 days. So maybe I'm at 45 days or something like that. So what a wild run. I think what it's more about is, what are you learning about yourself during this process of monetization? You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You are going to deal with highs and lows. You're going to have technical issues. A live stream's not going to go well. You'd be like me. Live stream don't go well. You lose a bunch of content, gets erased. Your browser doesn't work, and you can't get into your SoundCloud for artists all on the same day, and you want to send an email, and you can't even send an email, and you never had a tech background, and you're just like totally, man, how did this all happen? And right when another channel was about to pass 1,000 subscribers. So that was all my last weekend. So I've come a long way in a week. I mean, I've doubled 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers, and it's almost like you want to see it slow down a little, but no, you really don't want to see it slow down. And then what I'm finding out with that channel is the subscribers go up about 100, and then YouTube does some sort of pullback, and I don't know why bots or things like that are attached. I don't know why I'm not keeping subscribers, but easy come, easy go. You get 100, you lose 20. Fair trade, right? But I don't pay for any views or anything like that. I do on that channel. I will promote through YouTube. It's through YouTube. It's a category in your studio under content, and you go to promotions, and you can add any one of your forms of video. Well, I did that once to try it as an experiment, and I would say for a channel that had no subscribers and nobody watching, now people subscribe and watch. And now it's my job, if someone actually does subscribe, keep them in my loop, keep them interested, and keep them looking forward to, say, a Friday night video or extra perks that I might be able to package into a very cheap subscription soon. So those are things that I'm trying to prepare for already in the future, to think that, well, one day I'm not going to be at 4,000 viewership hours, but I will be at 3,000 viewership hours, and I'm already at 1,000 subscribers. So that would entitle me to then offer subscriptions. And that seems like a totally legitimate place to be for that channel in particular, because the content and the time and the effort that I do put in to make that content unique and worthwhile for people to view. And I'm surprised that hasn't been the same for the cat channel, but like I said, it's 100% organic, and I haven't even done one single promotion. The only promotions I do for that channel is trying to do all different forms of content, and then the highs and lows of sometimes I'll have a video like the cheesiest form, almost like made for kids, but I don't put made for kids, but made for kids, and it gets 1,500 views, and I try to do something like way more involved and original music and edit it and time it out and spend all day on it, and it can not get, on that specific channel, I'll organically get usually 100 to 150 views, and then either it'll start trickling up or it'll totally, like I'm sure you've all seen, videos just go flat. So I understand what that is now. It's the YouTube says, I give up. So that your video didn't take off. People aren't staying on to watch it. So they got to go a different direction. Godzilla, look other way. No soup for you, basically. Make video one more try. Do better, right? Make a better video the next video, and come back to us, or we'll come back to you. That's kind of like the YouTube algorithm is. So you made it. Thank you for posting, by the way. The YouTube, we did shop you out a little bit, and the computer never really comes back and says we shopped you and no soup. So you just got to accept the fact, no soup for you sometimes. And if you really need a song, you can check out my song, No Soup for You. Boom! There's my promo. Buy it on Apple iTunes, 99 cents a track. It's called No Soup for You. It's a Bagel Cinematic Beats. So look for Bagel Cinematic Beats. It's a house jam. It's Seinfeld related. So honestly, I need to be more involved in my music end of things, but I really do like doing the YouTube channel content. But I'm already set to go on iTunes now. That was a big thing, getting not just monetization on SoundCloud, but distribution with my music. So that was probably the ultimate goal from the summer, how to monetize music I was creating. I was challenged by one of my best friends because he liked my music, and he was like, how do we monetize this? I was like, that's a good question. I had no idea. So that's how I got into starting to figure out, just trying to learn about how to. I wasn't even trying to learn about monetizing music. I just knew I was like enjoying creating a song a day. And actually, that's the ultimate goal. And today I have not created not one bit of music whatsoever. So weird, but I know I already have a song in the mix, and I got all my songs to videos, and I'm knee deep in songs right now. So I'm maybe not one a day, but sometimes I make 2 songs in a day. So don't worry there. I'm still into making content. especially while the going's good and the songs are good and the creativity is there. I find if I have to get back into the world grind, it takes away from the creativity. So I get lost in my world, my home with my two cats, creating cat content, and then in the evening, Bagel Cinematic Beats, and then you guys, Evan Linden, the content creator. Thank you so much. I've carried on quite a bit. So here we are at a 40-minute duration. So I don't know what the optimum sweet spot is for content, especially as a young creator. I probably want to optimize at 10 or 15 minutes, but I do think everything I say and everything I'm going through is in the raw, in the real. So join me on the journey because we're just getting started. I'd imagine we're going to be close to 365 episodes of the diary. So you can tune into your favorite diary episodes, playlists upon playlists by the end of the next year. So hopefully by the end of 2026, I can confidently say that we've grown to monetization together. And I thank you for finding me. I'm a creator with a vision, but I don't always know what, like I'm willing to trust my gut, but that might not always be the best. So sometimes I do listen to other content creators because I'm starting to learn and understand that you need to reach out for help here and there. And you might as well do that from people who have proven themselves how to do it. And sometimes what they're talking about in their videos actually comes down to stuff that either I'm still in the process of learning and trying to figure out, or I've learned and figured out already, and now I totally agree with them when they're talking about the title and end screen and the caption and your thumbnail and doing the thumbnail first and trying to create those habits and how important your title and your hook, those things I don't have very good yet. I'm working on my title and my hook, but at the same time, I'm trusting myself that title and hook is what people get really good at, and then they get their clicks. But if I remain consistent in my style, people will then begin to see that that's definitely my style. So when I do thumbnails for my channels, I do like the handwritten font and how I do the highlights of the color. And maybe I do too much words. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not all about the hook, but sometimes I get creative and it's all about what I feel and what I have time for. But I want to make each thumbnail I try to make better than the last. You can even see that in the course of the diary of the content. Each thumbnail I'm trying to improve on the last, understanding what the prompt should say, but each time I'm trying to do it differently. So today's DOCC, the DOCC 13, I made mistakenly yesterday. So I get to use it though today. So I managed to figure out there we go. I managed to figure out how to hide my clothing, and I got it all on the diary today. I think you get it. And again, when there's 30 of these for you to view back upon, maybe one is the one that sets your spark in the right direction. Maybe it's the day I had my biggest fails, my biggest tech failures, and ended up staying up too late, and I'm still trying to recover from that time having to deal with technical issues. So maybe that's the day, or maybe it's my first diary, or maybe it's today's diary that you're possibly watching on Christmas Day that's going to inspire you to just do it already. You've got video that you want to share, just do it. Get it out there. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. You can do it. And then once you do that video, the next video you do better. You make the improvements that you learn from the first video. And don't be shy. It's a big world out there, but the more you do, the better you'll get. And it's a race. Quality and quantity are going together. The more you make, the better you're going to get. So the better you get, the better your quality is going to be. And if the more you make, you're going to get continual practice towards quality. And eventually, the recipe will be you're a content creator and you'll know it. And then you figure out how to create content and use your time efficiently to get towards your goals of monetization. So I'm in that process currently. I'm trying to figure out how to use the tools of time. It's even reflective in the music I'm creating, knowing how time is important, especially when I'm using every second. Taking care of cats is my priority because they're the 2 stars on my other channel. I want to make sure they're happy and I want to keep them somewhat trained to my schedule. And I'm hoping, as the springtime comes and that channel maybe has full organic traction, that every day I could just go different places with my cats, and that's the content, and hopefully that's the content that could support my livelihood. I don't need lavish things, but it would be great to be able to go different places with the cats and share that with the world rather than just my backyard. And so the Bagel Cinematic Beach, there's always opportunity for me to make music, and there's always opportunity for me to put it to video. Sky's the limit there. For you guys, I'd love to be able to do a diary a day. Like and subscribe, make that happen a possibility so I keep up with this channel. But I know me, it's going to be a year's worth of content. It's going to be every day, could be every day for the rest of my life. I don't know if that's the algorithm formula for success. Can't tell you those things. I like to do presidents occasionally. I'm not really trying to do my president voices, but I would go to the first George Bush almost immediately. But it's more like Dana Carvey doing the first George Bush, so I won't do it. I haven't practiced that voice, but I did notice the last voice was a little bit like Donald Trump. So I've never really done the Donald Trump voice, but I see it's a possibility. All these YouTubers out here, if we can just get these YouTubers to put a little traction towards my channels, you would watch, you would see. There we go. That's my first ever Donald Trump impersonation. You saw it live here first. Evan Linden, content creator. So yeah, that's what it's like in this world. You never know the magic moments. 24/7. You might as well document it in the world today. I think that's what I learned about being a 50-year-old man. If you don't keep up with how the world is changing, it's going to leave you behind. And I felt like it was leaving me behind. So I accepted the challenge. And I probably, there's probably a lot more AI I can learn and how to have it help me. But I also think it's like the TI-81 graphing calculator. Before you learn how the graphing calculator works, and I say TI-81 because that's the one I used, okay? 30 years ago. We were the first. I think the TI-81 was the first. So learning how things work originally, to learn how to do the formulas so you know why or how the graphing calculator is giving you the graphs it gets, to understand how to do it both ways, I think that's important. So right now, I do feel I'm learning everything without the AI tool, how to put it in all myself. But use AI to help you speed that process up, especially if when I'm looking for technical answers, I ask ChatGPT, and you can use, I'm sure there's other apps and personal assistants or whatever, but has the answer, especially how do I find this on my phone that most people probably take for granted. I'm still learning how to go horizontal, vertical, and make sure it's locked in, and that was another pitfall today. I was live with the cats, and when I watched the video, I still had the bars, the black bars on the side. And I thought I solved that problem by going horizontal. So I don't know. It's just I'm not totally happy with the content I'm producing when I go live. Again, that's why I didn't go live with you guys today, because I'm scared to lose the content still. Because I don't want to lose the content for myself, because I'm going to be able to learn from it myself. And if I can learn from it, I think you can too. So that's why this diary exists. I hope you use it. Maybe even watch it more than once. Give a comment down below. Where are you from in the world? How many subscribers have you gotten? Are you noticing? Are you building traction? Are you creating content every day? Are you one a week is your goal, or 3 a day? Like how are you approaching it? Are you short form? Are you long form? Are you wanting to get to monetization, or do you want to just use your channel as a platform for your business, which I'm learning. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that a few weeks ago, but it all seemed to start clicking together, and now it's on me to not only build my channel for people to watch, but keep in mind you can build your brand and your business. You don't need YouTube to monetize you if you're offering something that people want. I can't exactly say I'm offering, like, I make jewelry and I do art and things, but I don't have a website to direct traffic towards yet. And I'm working on the Apple Music stuff to direct traffic there, but I'm learning as I go. And I didn't set up all these things yet. And I'm making mistakes when I try to put music to distribution. I'm putting no apostrophe when I should have put apostrophe, right? Bagels cinematic beats. Who's the record label? Who's the all these things, and then when you get to monetization, you do one thing wrong and you get denied, and you don't know why, and you're all alone. Well, rather than feeling all alone, come here. It's kind of like in poker. You get a bad beat in a tournament and you're knocked out. They hit the one magic card to beat you. You need to cry to somebody. You need to tell your bad beat, and then you're going to feel better. You can come here because I've been through it with you. I'm going through it right now. Okay, we're in this together. So come aboard, join this channel. Right? Let me know where you're at, how many subscribers, where we're headed. What tools have you encountered that help you? Are you getting good at editing? I know we're supposed to outsource our editing. Hey, I can't outsource a thing. I'm trying to get food on my plate, to be totally honest. So I'm not outsourcing anything yet. I'm learning every step, like the TI-81. You learn the formulas, you learn the calculus, you learn the trigonometry, you memorize the formulas, x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared all over 4ac. B squared in the square root all over 2a. So I got my quadratic formula. So these are things I remember from even 30 years ago. So you get your formulas down, and then once you know your formulas and what the TI-81 is doing for you, then you can use the TI-81 to save your time. So same thing with AI. It's a labor of love if you're going to type out every description all by whatever, when AI can just say, oh, I got that description for you, Mr. Bagel. And boom, description, title, maybe not. That's kind of where I incorporate the 80-20 rule. The AI is going to get at least 80% of what I'm trying to convey in any message that I give it. It's going to get at least 80% and sometimes more, and sometimes even better. You know, it can think up the catchy joke too. It's pretty incredible where AI is, but not Siri. Sorry, Siri. Siri, you don't even know. When I say I want a warrior score, Siri, you ask me what sport. You just shouldn't even ask anymore. ChatGPT wouldn't ask me twice. ChatGPT. I didn't get that. I know you didn't get it. Again. Stop talking. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I try not to have conversations with Siri very often. I do like to ask Siri, what do you think about other ChatGPTs and stuff like that? And she'll always say, ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know about that. But I do love Apple for a lot of other reasons. And, you know, what I love, there's also things I don't love. I don't know. This is the computer I have. It happens to be an Apple. It's outdated now. It's a MacBook 17, but it's what I use. It's how I'm getting to you. I know eventually I'll want to upgrade my systems. I'll want a microphone to be able to talk with you so you can hear me clear, right? All these things, but I want that income to come organically and I don't want to overstep my means. But when you know you're going a certain direction in life and you know you're going to continue to post to YouTube, those are steps you want to go. A good camera, I guess. A good camera right here, I guess. And the microphone. So those things, I guess, are going to come in the future, but let's have it happen organically. So give it a like, subscribe. I'm at my magic number. I'm closing on 55. 5555. That was magical. I never looked at the boom. 5555. So you got to know these numbers. That's the George Bush in me. You never know, but not gonna do it. You gotta do it. All right. On that note, thank you so much for watching. This is DOCC number 13, the highs and lows of being a content creator. I hope you got some spark, some energy in you, some make some great content, make quality, do quantity to get to your quality. Have a quantity of quality. So we're looking for all the variables and figuring them out and getting towards viewership, subscribers, monetization. If I can do it, you can do it. Peace out.